All right, we are back with Mark Foyer, sports reporter for the Half Moon Bay Review, our track and field insider. Before we get going, Mark, I mean, you would be in Korea covering the World Championships right now, but your allegiance and ties to Half Moon Bay so tight. Why aren't you there?
Friday night, homestead at Half Moon Bay, 7 o'clock kickoff.
Well, high school football, that will not...
You can't miss Half Moon Bay football.
Okay. All right, fair enough. Well, let's get to the issues. Okay, the World Track, the big drawing card, Usain Bolt. What happened?
He false started. He came clearly out of blocks. It was easy to see, but if you look at the tape real closely, you can see the gentleman next to him, Johan Blake. It looked like he was stuttering a little bit in the blocks. His feet were not completely set. I want to know why the censors didn't go off on that, because if they did, then they could have called Blake for the false start. Instead, Blake was not. Bolt was out, and Blake wins the 100.
Yeah, and I'm just thinking of all these flowery pieces done on Usain Bolt that NBC produced, and all of a sudden, this guy's out.
How about Jamaica television?
Yeah, absolutely. Hey, let's put Allison Felix. Okay, she's the other intriguing story. She's trying to do the double on the women's side, 200 and the 400.
Well, she finished second in the 400, ran a great race. She's still up for the 200. Her heats start off on Thursday. She's a 3-time world champion in the 200, and this might be a good setup for her next year, because when she goes to London, we're not sure yet. She's still thinking about doing the double, 200, 400. That has not been done that often. Twice by women and once by a man.
All right, well, let's bring it back here locally. Shannon Robury went to Sacred Heart Prep right next door here to KRON.
And you did not even know that.
That's right, yeah.
Yeah, she was a standout. I remember her back in the day when she was running for Sacred Heart Prep, ran cross-country meets up at Crystal Springs cross-country course in Belmont.
There she is wearing the Irish right now.
That's it, when she was in Fresno at the state cross-country championships, and there she is winning at the state track and field championships of 1,500-meter champ, or 1,600-meter champion.
So
down
she's
there.
Another one to look for in London.
And she has Olympic experience, having run for the Americans in 08 in Beijing.
And then here's a couple more to look for. Maggie Vesey and Elisa Montoya, formerly Elisa Johnson at Cal.
That is right. Elisa's easy to spot in a race. She's the one who runs with a flower in her hair. Whatever color it is, she'll run with a flower in her hair.
That's just like superstition, just her thing?
It's a wonderful thing. And Maggie Vesey, you talked about, local, graduate of SoCal High School, and when she was running track at SoCal, she was a 200, 400 person. But she got to Cal Poly, and they said, let's make an 800-meter runner out of you.
Well, looking at this race, it looks like it's Montoya and then everybody else.
Montoya and Maggie second. That was at U.S. Outdoors earlier this year in Eugene.
Wow. So tell me this about track and field. Is it at a point now where it's almost like losing its following? We've got about 15 seconds for this one, because it's not. It used to be such a huge deal, but now it's every 4 years.
I think everyone's more interested in other things. Track is still a great sport. I get a kick out of it. The athletes are just wonderful people to be with. Maurice Green is one of my all-time favorite people to interview and be around.
That's awesome. Okay, well, track and field for you, unless Half Moon Bay football.
That is true. Or any Half Moon Bay sport.
He is Mark Foyer. Track and field is his game. We'll see you at 8 o'clock, everybody. Thanks for tuning in.
Thanks a lot.